What's up, people? It's your boy 8athing. I'm here with another HD gameplay. Captain with my boy Vacation Man. Making a montage. Make sure you hit them up. Something official. Right here, I'm pushing up for rockets, and I pushed up for rockets a little more assertive because H04 went up to their purple. And I know you're wondering why do you drop here? But a lot of the times I feel really uncomfortable pushing into lobby after I get rockets because if someone from one of the streams puts like 2 shots in you, and there's someone that comes through sword like that guy did, he's gonna end up pushing through sword, putting another 2 shots in you before you shoot the rocket, and you end up dying. So I personally like dropping down with the rocket, and then once my team, if you notice, I had switched a couple times. I was just debating where to go until I finally got a call out. And my teammates had lobby coming close, and that's when I came up. So when you have the rockets, you want to be a little more safer with them. I got a nice little rocket there, and the headshot doesn't register. I expected my teammates to have pushed out on the street with me because it's a 3-on-3 and there was 2 guys on that street. That usually means you have more than half the team occupied, but he didn't push out with me, which was kind of bad on his part. I go for the no-scope because I felt like I could get away with it, and that's half the part of getting no-scope sometimes. I put 3 shots in him, and he lands running that nade but doesn't die. I don't think one of those shots registered. Kind of sucks, but what can you do? I'm right here. I notice right now he has so much better position on me. I'm just gonna leave him away and go for custom. I get this really nice nade shot of this kid, totally unaware of me, and I'm gonna get some pretty good callouts. And really, if you can listen to callouts and react as quick as possible, it changes you from being a good player to an amazing player. You're gonna see right here this next series of events. Right here, I hear him in the back of me, and it's a nice little nade shot. I know custom's up, but I don't want to burn it, and I get called out for dropping, and I get another nice nade shot, and I get custom. I time it perfectly. If you want, you can count to 5, and see that kid was called out as well, and I get a nice nade shot as well. He ends up getting nade on me. I probably should move back a little bit, but I thought if I hit him with the nade, he would run backwards. So it worked with me. If he would have pushed back, it would have been a better decision, but since he ran right to the nade like a man. But if you can listen to calls and react as soon as possible, you can really make you from going from a okay player to a really good player. And that's the reason why I say try to make a map in your head. The reason you really want to make a map in your head is because once you get a call out, you can put that guy into the map and then decide what you're going to do. Right here, I'm going to be nice and patient, and get a double shot on that kid. Not the best sniper in the world. I'm actually trying to work on it recently. And he actually got a nice little juke on me. He pretended to go into the base. He heard rockets drop and he jumped out. Don't know if he did that deliberately, but it was a nice shot on his part. But I want you to remember that juke, because next time that kid does that, I might be a little less quick to go close purple. And you're going to use that against people when you do it yourself. When you juke someone out, know that sometimes they might expect the juke, and in the back of their head they're going to be worried about them using the exact same juke. So next time they'll probably just run straight to close purple and catch me unawares in lobby and get me with a couple shots early because I expect them to do the juke again. So if you're a person that's always trying to be sneaky and use your jukes correctly, do the juke once, twice, and then next time go do the exact opposite of the juke. Run right through close purple, and you'll get away with it a lot of times. There was actually a recent study that says people need to do something 3 times to make it a habit. And that's one of the major reasons why I don't play any other game types, and I don't try to play with people lower than 40. Usually because you create really bad habits. That was a really steady BR. And they got a lobby spawn, which is rather odd. What a retard, he just walks right past me. I'm gonna give you some of the best tips you can get for construct. Okay, hold on, let me get this kid. 1 melee. 2 melee. 3 melee, yeah! Thank you, Bungie. Gets the go-to spawn, and we'll get the go-to call out, and get the nice no-scope. Oh, no, it doesn't register. No, thank you, Bungie. Disregard what I said, thank you, Bungie, prior. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Some of the best tips I can give you to use the map better on on construct is use R1. R1 is probably the quickest way to go from street to lobby, especially when you know someone is going close perp. You can do exactly what that kid did in that juke there. Pretend to go in the purple and then all of a sudden go R1 and come back out, and you'll usually catch them in the lobby looking for you like, where did this guy go? Is right here, catch him, and somehow he still doesn't die. The host is pretty bad that game, but whatever. Don't make that change how you're gonna play. But when you want to use construct, if you're having trouble with it, try using R1 a lot more, and try to stay up top a lot. Don't drop. Control the purples. Don't push back gold, and push only back gold when you know you have a nice push, because someone's not gonna come up one of the lifts behind you. So you want to leave someone in lobby when you push back gold. And another thing you want to do is don't look down lifts unless you have full control of the map. It's one of the biggest mistakes I see even in good players. Right? You don't know how many times I play this. I see 50s and other 50s and MLG looking down the lift, and I'm on close street thinking the guy in close perp has my back, and then he gets assassinated, and then I get assassinated. So don't look down the lift unless you know you have full control and you know where they are. I'm just looking for these kids. They probably got a go-to spawn right here. As soon as you see a person, you want to imagine where they came from and where their teammates spawned. See, that kid probably did get a go-to spawn. He went gold and went close to me. He went from gold 2 to open ramp, and the last one went from gold 2, dropped down to basement, and went into basement and went up open perp. Once you see a person, you want to imagine where they spawned and how they got there. And if you can imagine where they spawned, you can know where their teammates spawned. And if you know where their teammates spawned, you can imagine where their teammates going to be, just based off of where that one person is. Alright guys, this is the second game. I want to show you just this start. I made these kids quit out, but that's apart from that's not a big deal. But what I was saying from the last video, well, from the last gameplay, was when you see a person, you can guess. See right here. By pushing through lobby, I would have probably got shot by that kid if my teammate J21 wasn't there. I would have ended up being like half shields in lobby. I kind of didn't expect that kid. Remember from the last video, sometimes kids live through that, so I shot the second rocket. Probably could have got away with it, but a lot of times when you use the rockets, you don't want to go street, and you definitely don't want to go back gold and stuff. And you can go back gold, but it's a little more risky. I like to stay in lobby, and you can just get a lot of easy shots. So why not stay where you have nice cover and your weapon is most powerful. That was a really good nade for the call out. I saw he died. You want to pay attention to those red X's a lot. And you want to imagine a lot of times if that person, after he killed them, he would be pushing, where would he be? And that's why I put the nade right in the middle of the street. He catches me with that nade. But if you notice, I want you to take a note of how I do is sticky down gold lift. A lot of times when I walk away from this, like for instance I'm close perp and I'm walking down close street, I would like to throw a nade down close perp. That way, as I'm walking away, I don't have to worry about someone just appearing right behind me. And if someone does appear right behind me, I'll probably be far enough to get away. Now see, remember I said don't look down the lift? Well, we have control of all top mid, so I'm more than free and able to look down the lift. But you only want to do that when you know everyone's downstairs. I see that kid real quick. I see him going up sword. So I want to make sure no one's going to be coming up my back. And then I'm going to time it. And Halo's a lot of timing. And he's there. I'm getting hit with the nade, but I know his teammate threw up the other sword leg. And ta-da! When you make your prediction of where someone's going to be and what they're going to be and what they're going to be doing, you have to time it now, and that's where the real skill comes into play. You get a really good piece on that custom guy, and rather than going for the melees that most people do, we both stood back and got a really good team shot. If it's one-on-one, a lot of times with custom, you're going to want to go ahead and, just try to melee him, but especially when it's two-on-one, go for the BR battle, and most of the times the custom guy would just get overwhelmed.